We're looking at Kirby in his prime period here. You can see a lot of his black and white ink pencil works here on the early Fantastic Four. I think this is issue 67. There it is, it's issue 62, excuse me, with Blastar, one of our favorites. Let's look back here a little bit more and see what we can find. Black Bolt, the Inhumans. This was really interesting. Kirby's artwork, his prime period is about 1966, 1967. His first inker was Dick Ayers. Kirby's first inker was Dick Ayers, and then Vince Coletta. We can look at a little Vince Coletta here. I think this shows you Vince Coletta inking Jack Kirby. Coletta also inked Kirby on Thor, and I think he did a pretty good job of it. It's the Sandman and Medusa. Medusa appeared in Fantastic Four 36, first appearance. It took a while for the rest of the Inhumans to come on. This is where they're fighting. This is where they're fighting the Frightful Four. It's interesting. Medusa is sort of the Sue Richards counterpart. You can see him struggling right down there on the left if you look at it. This is interesting where the Thing is been brainwashed. He's going to attack Reed Richards, who is stuck to a board by Haste Pot Pete. Here's the first crossover. This is where all the supervillains sort of fight all the Marvel heroes. This is the wedding of Reed and Sue Richards. It's drawn by Jack Kirby, of course. Kirby very rarely, if ever, inked his own pencils. I can't even think of a piece that Kirby had inked himself. He's a very fast penciler, and he would have other inkers, ink for him instead, and that's kind of how that would work. Here we see the Inhumans. Now Kirby's artwork is radically different. I mean, depending on who inked his artwork, and Joan Snot seemed like the best inker for Kirby. He could look really different. It really looked different. It's kind of interesting. Here we see first appearance of Galactus and the Silver Surfer, which is Kirby again, inked by Snot. Some very interesting work. Now here's where Kirby basically kind of hits his best stride in the Thing. But the Thing is really hard to draw. You think he's easy to draw. He's the hardest character in the Marvel Universe to draw. It looks like a bunch of rocks, but if you don't draw him just right, he doesn't really look like the Thing. This man, this monster. This really shows you where Kirby is really picking up steam right here. This stuff really looks good. And then, of course, there's Kirby. Kirby was always experimental. He did some interesting experimental stuff, He melted photographs in with his artwork, which was real interesting. He was a very interesting guy, as well as a real good artist. So Kirby's very prime art. It's really nice. Now this is from the Fantastic Four Annual. This is where the original Human Torch meets the new Human Torch, Johnny Storm. So the Golden Age Torch meets the Silver Age Torch. I always thought this was a really interesting one of Kirby's best works. The fight between the two torches I always thought was quite interesting, and how they used their powers. This shows you where a flaming fist can revitalize a flaming being. These little interesting side notes about their powers and stuff. I've always felt that it was quite interesting.